In 2005, mobile technology was defined by physical friction. The front face of a standard device was a dense, cluttered grid of plastic push buttons. When manufacturers wanted to add a new function to a phone, their solution was to escalate a hardware arms race. They bolted on additional keys, squeezed them closer together, and buried basic features deep inside nested menus. Navigating these tiny, crowded screens eventually required external tools. Users carried plastic styluses just to peck their way through the daily interface. Behind closed doors, that hardware era was already over. 3 years before the public would ever see a buttonless device, its existence was firmly locked into the Federal Registry. Between March 2004 and December 2005, 3 foundational patents were filed. Together, they established the physical form, the method of entry, and the rules of navigation for a new category of machine. We are bypassing the standard tech lore to look directly at the receipts. The digital age was engineered as a set of legal blueprints long before it was sold to consumers. The first legal blueprint was filed on March 17, 2004. It proposed a complete blank slate to solve the hardware clutter problem. The geometric claim was stark. It outlined a simple, rectangular shape dominated entirely by a screen, finished with soft, rounded corners. The patent drawings deliberately used dashed lines to represent the environment and the user's hand. By stripping away all context and external buttons, the claim protected the minimal form itself. This creates a chronological anomaly. This specific hardware shape was legally secured years before the internal software required to run it was ready for public release. Apple legally monopolized the concept of an empty vessel, waiting for software to dictate its function. A featureless glass screen immediately introduces a severe physical vulnerability. Without tactile buttons, the device is prone to accidental activation the moment it enters a pocket. To counter this, a December 2005 patent outlined a mechanism to trap the phone in a secure user interface lock state. The filing demanded a continuous physical movement across a predetermined geometric path on the glass. If the user's finger breaks contact with the screen or strays too far from that path, the device rejects the input and resets. The text specifies, transitioning the device to a user interface unlock state if the detected contact corresponds to moving the unlock image along a predefined path. The slide to unlock feature was a strict legal mandate, requiring continuous, deliberate human intent to wake the machine. Once the device is awake, a new biological problem emerges. Human thumbs are fat, sloppy, and highly imprecise when tapping on flat glass. The patent authors knew the existing market was failing at this. They noted that some portable communication devices have resorted to adding more push buttons or using complex menu systems that resulted in complicated sequences users had to memorize. Their solution was a framework of heuristics, mathematical formulas filed to translate imperfect human inputs into precise software commands. This visualization plots a 25-degree swipe vector over an XY axis. The patent legally claims that a gesture moving within 27 degrees of horizontal is defined as a horizontal scroll. The algorithm forgives physical error, snapping sloppy input onto a perfect axis. The document explicitly states that these heuristics are used to translate imprecise finger gestures into actions desired by the user. Software was successfully engineered to forgive our physical imperfections, creating a seamless illusion of intuition. The minimalist form, the continuous entry lock, and the mathematical forgiveness were all eventually compiled into a single physical device. Before 2005, humans were forced to adapt to the limitations of machine menus and rigid keyboards. Afterward, the machine was legally mandated to adapt to the imprecision of humans. The specific logic for how your finger scrolls or slides to unlock is dictated by exact legal language filed over 15 years ago. The phone in your hand is a piece of executed law, a physical device operating exactly as it was drafted on paper decades ago.